Have you ever felt like you're drowning in an ocean of opinions from social media, news, family, friends, and unsure what's true and what's just noise? Have you ever found yourself swept up in a debate, only to walk away feeling confused, uncertain who's right, who's wrong, or even what the real question is? In a world overflowing with half-truths, hidden biases, and sophisticated arguments, there's one skill that will not only keep you clear-headed, but also help you live more freely: critical thinking. In the book Asking the Right Questions, A Guide to Critical Thinking is the map to guide you on that journey. This isn't a dry book about philosophy or logic. Instead, it's like a wise, approachable mentor, showing you how to see through the fog of opinions, unravel subtle fallacies, and, most importantly, take charge of your own thinking. Authors Neil Browne and Stuart M. Keeley have crafted a clear, practical, and highly actionable method that anyone, whether student, professional, or leader, can use immediately to make better decisions, communicate more persuasively, and live more wisely. Because sometimes the difference between the wise and the misled isn't in the answers. It's in the quality of the questions they ask. And before getting into the content, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share to support the channel. Thank you all very much sincerely. Part 1. The foundation of critical thinking. Did you know, in a world flooded with information, critical thinking isn't a secondary skill. It's a survival skill. It's like a shield that helps you distinguish truth from falsehood, right from wrong, and reason from emotion. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is the process of asking questions to clarify, analyze, and evaluate ideas before believing or acting on them, helping you avoid being swayed by emotions or misinformation. Automatic versus intentional. Automatic thinking leads us to react based on habits and emotions, while intentional thinking forces us to pause and reflect, leading to wiser decisions in any situation. Ask questions to understand. Critical thinkers don't rush to believe what they hear. They ask the right questions to uncover what's hidden, misleading, or unclear in the information. When you stop reacting automatically and start thinking intentionally, you realize not everyone who speaks loudly is right. It's the one who asks the right questions. And now, you'll learn those questions. Part 2. The 12 core critical thinking questions. Imagine this. You're hearing an argument, reading a news article, or facing an investment proposal. Don't rush to believe. Instead, ask yourself, what's the issue in conclusion? Every argument revolves around an issue and leads to a conclusion. If you don't pinpoint these, you'll get lost in a debate without knowing what you're evaluating. What reasons support the conclusion? A conclusion is only trustworthy if backed by clear reasons. If the reasons lack weight or relevance, the conclusion deserves skepticism. What words are vague? Terms like effective, good, or dangerous can mean different things to different people. Spotting vague words helps you avoid misunderstanding or manipulation. What hidden assumptions exist? Every argument rests on unspoken truths. Exposing these assumptions helps you assess the fairness and logic of the argument. What values are at play? Behind every viewpoint lies a set of values or beliefs. Understanding these helps you see if the argument is biased or reflects a personal agenda. Are there fallacies in the argument? Check for logical errors, like personal attacks, false evidence, or distractions, as these signal a weak argument. Is the evidence truly reliable? Strong evidence comes from credible sources, undistorted and not selectively chosen. Otherwise, it's just window dressing for a flawed conclusion. Is any information missing? An argument that ignores counter evidence or inconvenient facts is dishonest and needs closer scrutiny. Is the reasoning biased? Notice if the speaker or writer is stuck in a fixed perspective or prejudice. Bias often leads to unobjective conclusions. Are there alternative explanations? When something happens, don't accept the first explanation. Ask if there's another, more reasonable interpretation. Are there unforeseen consequences? A proposal might seem logical in theory, but lead to negative outcomes in practice. Critical thinking requires evaluating this too. Does the argument fit the context? An idea might be valid in one situation, but wrong in another. You need to consider the specific context before accepting it. Part 3. Applying critical thinking to life. You don't need to be a scholar or philosopher to use critical thinking. You just need to start today in the smallest moments. Read news with clarity. When reading news, always ask, is this a fact, an opinion, or a rumor? One right question can keep you from falling for sensational headlines or fake news. Engage without being swayed. In debates, instead of reacting emotionally, calmly ask, what assumption is your argument based on? This often deepens the conversation. Think before sharing. Before sharing information, pause and ask, is this backed by evidence? Could it mislead others? This is how you act responsibly online. Balance reason and emotion. Critical thinking doesn't dismiss emotions. It helps you recognize when emotions are clouding your judgment, so you can respond more wisely in relationships. Practice it like a habit. Critical thinking doesn't come from reading a book once. It grows by constantly asking questions, observing, and adjusting your perspective daily, like a mental muscle you train regularly. Critical thinking doesn't make you skeptic. It makes you clear-headed, independent, and free in a world full of noise. Thank you for watching. Which principle do you resonate with the most? Please comment down in the section below. For now, goodbye, and see you in the next video.